morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning, and I'm coming back to you again with some of my devotional thoughts from Tuesday and Wednesday today. And so I hope you're having a great day. I hope God's just bathing you with His sunshine and His love and His light. But I want to share with you something that I saw yesterday in my Bible study. I came across in the book of Ruth's devotion to her mother-in-law and to her mother-in-law's God. Naomi must have been quite an example, because listen to what she said. "Don't ask me to leave you or to return, for where you go I will go. Where you lodge I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Where you die I will die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if nothing but death parts you and I." She had a devotion, and the God of Naomi made such an impression upon her that she wanted to know that God. And so she was rewarded for her devotion, because she became the great-grandmother of King David. Then as I was going on, I came across, this will surprise everybody, I came across something in the Psalms that I loved. And it was Psalm 139, and it's a prayer of mine. It says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." God, search our hearts today, that we might know and we might understand the goodness of the Lord. Then I came across something else in Hebrews chapter 4, and this is marvelous. Listen to what the writer of the Hebrews says. He said, "Seeing then that we have a great high priest that has passed into the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched by the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted such as we are, and yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly before the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need." We can come boldly before the throne of grace. And so that brings us to today in my devotional thoughts, and what better way to keep going than to look into Hebrews chapter 5, because here's a beautiful scripture that gives us hope. In Hebrews chapter 5, talking about Jesus, the Son of God, it says, "Who in the days of his flesh, when he offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him, and it was heard in that he feared. Though he were son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all those that obey him." When I read that, and I've shared it with you before, what it says, it's just as if Christ crying in the garden. This is what it refers to, that he cried unto him with strong tears, saying, "Lord, let this cup pass from me, but if not, your will be done." And I see God's answer here. God's answer is no. Just trust me. And because Jesus trusted him, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him. And that brings me to the last scripture that I wanted to share with you today. That's in Daniel chapter 6 and verse 20. This is when Daniel was put in the lion's den. And the king came in the morning and threw the rock off the lion's den and said, "Daniel, Is your God big enough to save you from the lions? And Daniel cried out, O King, live forever. So that's the question I want to ask you today. Is your God big enough? Our God can save us from all the situations that we're facing. Indeed, our God is big enough. And He loves you, and He wants you to have a great day. Not a fearful day, not a worrying day, but a day trusting Him, because our God's big enough. But one last thing I want to remind you about, and that's our call to the fast. And we've been fasting on Monday noon and Wednesday noon. So don't forget to join us, not only for our own church, but for our nation and our world, that God would intervene in the hearts and lives of each and every one of us. God bless you, folks. Bye now.